Today on The Boot Guy, we're talking about the women's mock toe American-made Thorogood. So most companies, when they try to enter into the women's work shoe market, what they do is they grab the men's styles, they shrink their lasts down, and they think that a men's last is going to fit a woman's foot. Thorogood didn't do anything like this. They actually have women-specific lasts for their work shoes. And like all the boots in the 4200 series, they didn't skip anywhere. They didn't say, well, it's going to be a woman's boot. We got to do this or we got to do that. They did a phenomenal job of making a woman's boot fit a woman's foot. So a little something about the 514-4200, and that's the stock number. It's 514-4200. Where off the men's is going to be 814-4200. The women's is 514. So what Thorogood did was they used all of those phenomenal materials from their wedge sole boots. They took a woman's last and they built this beautiful American-made women's work boot. Yeah, that's right. A women's work boot that is made in America. And I mean, this is a real work boot. This isn't a cheap copy of a work boot that we're trying to pawn off on the ladies and say, yeah, here you go, here's a work boot. This thing is hardcore. Thorogood uses their beautiful, thick, heavy-duty oil tan leather for the complete upper. It's a sew-down welt. It's a leather sew-down welt. So it's resolable, it's recraftable. And on the bottom, they didn't use a cheap copy. They have the MAXwear sole. So you're getting the same sole that exists across the board on all the Thorogood wedge soles. You're getting the durability and the longevity of the MAXwear sole. Now, when I have ladies put this boot on, they are always amazed at the way it feels, how comfortable it is, how it feels like it fits their foot. Well, that's what you get when you build a boot specifically for gender, is that you understand the foot, you make the last around the foot, you come out with a perfectly fitting boot. Now inside this thing, Thorogood didn't skimp it. They used a really nice heavy-duty density polyurethane insole. And you know what? For a woman's work boot, this is probably one of the nicest insoles I've ever seen inside a woman's work boot. So when you add this super soft, super bouncy, full energy return insole into this MAXwear sole, underneath all this inside here, they still put in a layer of Poron to add more comfort to the boot. Soft leather, oil tanned leather, you've got a home run. Laces and eyelids on this have come a really long way. These are beautiful laces in this boot. There's not a defect, there's not a flaw. The eyelids are phenomenal. The single piece machine speed lace, and they finish off the top of there with an eyelid so you can leave your boots tied and just zigzag them up and tie your boots up in the morning. Thorogood knows what they're doing. At the top of the boot, they used a really nice pigskin collar. Little bit of padding in there. You don't need a lot on a wedge sole mock toe boot, but there's enough in there so when you crank it down around your ankle, nothing's biting in, nothing's digging in. And since this leather is softer than the outside leather, it's just really, really comfortable. So I have to say, the one thing about this boot that really doesn't exist in any boots I've seen like this made for women is the fact that Thorogood understands the people who are buying the product. So they know that this boot is probably going to be worn by an iron worker or by a finish carpenter or a carpenter in general. So they know that they need that lighter touch right through this section. So when they're walking the iron, when they're tying the rods, that they're not so far away from the I-beam that they can't feel their step. They did a really nice job of thinning it down right through here. I mean, I have to say, it's a good looking boot. It's a good looking women's boot. It's a classic American styled boot. It's gonna look good on the job or off the job. So that's the women's mock toe Thorogood. 514-4200 is a stock number, and it's a beautiful boot. Hey, if you've ever worn this boot, please comment below. Ladies, let the other ladies know about this boot, how comfortable it is, how well it fits, how nice that tight heel cup fits your foot. If you want to know more information about women's Thorogood boots, swing by TheBootGuy.com. There I'll have a full list of everything they make from the ladies' last 4 ladies' work shoes. And I'll also have some nice detailed photos of this boot. The inside, the Poron sole, the beautiful soft collar, brass eyelets. I'll have all those detailed photos there for you. Please don't forget to hit my subscribe button below. It really helps out. And if you should have any questions about buying a pair of Thorogood boots, whether it's the men's or the women's, feel free to shoot me over an email. Pick my brain. If you got any crazy questions, ask away. I'm always there for you. All right, until the next time, I'm the Boot Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.